the No1 Podcast. I am your host, Coach Jake. This is the podcast where we explore the journey from, no one to number one. How you guys doing? Man, it's Thursday. Doesn't time just go so fast? It goes so fast. Who we got here? Jans DL, El Real Francisco Espinoza, Chris Huey, Brian James, Dad Folame, Coach Ismail, Kiwi Karateka, Freyism, W Freyism, and then G30R something, L1 Nike. What is up, people? It is a great day. Hit me up in the chat. If you're enjoying the program at any point, send me a number one. That is our thing. Brian James Stevenson, what is up, man? Giving me the bent metal. Hope you guys are doing good, man. What you doing this weekend? Today, I am talking about business, like I always do. If you guys want to talk wrestling, I'm always happy to talk wrestling. Super amped, by the way. This coming, our kickoff for the Accelerator Camp Tour 2023 Scientific Wrestling. And we've been doing this shit since 2006. Dude, I'm blowing the doors off with the first one, man. It's going to be sick. So it's got that February 25th to 26th. That is happening fast. You're going to want to get signed up. You can go over to coachandcatch.com. That is the best place to do all this right here. And dude, so, okay, I got Harry Smith and I don't know if you've seen Harry. This guy is blowing up. So he is doing a match on Josh Barnett's Bloodsport. He is doing a super fight, like a little mini tournament, round robin thing for Josh Barnett, who is having a catch wrestling tournament this weekend. Harry's already won catch wrestling tournaments, already won grappling tournaments. He's a stud. He's going to be joining me, okay? You're not going to want to miss this. You guys don't understand. First of all, you can't fucking learn through a screen. I mean, you could learn this kind of stuff, but you can't learn wrestling through a screen. You have to fucking show up. Okay? Like I have since 2003, man. Come on. I'm fucking old and I show up. You and beat up. You can show up and do this. What's up, Ram Chips, Nugget Trains, C. Lazure, Johnny Cologne. What's up, McLean? Happy to see you guys. Razul Dolatka, C. Kotke, Nick Frazeo. Hey, what's up, guys? Dude, you have to show up. You have to show up, man. What do they say? Like 90% of success is showing up. Show up to this event. If you're anywhere nearby, East Coast, you want to get in on the catch wrestling thing, man. So here's the deal. Me and Harry Smith, February 25th, 26th, 12 hours of training those 2 days, man. It's a good deal. Nobody delivers like fucking scientific wrestling. Me and Harry, now I just got off the phone. Guess who else is showing up? Wade Chalice, Guinness record holder for the most wins and pins in all wrestling. Me, Harry, Wade. Who else? Jody Malenko, one of the last guys to train with Carl Gotch. Joe Malenko. Who else is showing up? I've got verbal confirm from several WWE main eventers that want to learn how to really wrestle, man. They're going to be there. Dude, this is going to be, I cannot put all these people together again. You at this price, you're absolute. I'm gonna just say it, man. And I love you. I'm saying this with respect, but you're fucking stupid if you miss out on this. This is some serious. This isn't a marketing tactic. This is not FOMO. This is like, really, dude, you're gonna miss out. Sign up, coachandcatch.com. Stephen Douglas out on Facebook says, just tuned in. Anything going on in California? Well, this weekend. In La Brea, California, you got Josh Barnett doing the, I think he calls it the American Catch Wrestling Association tournament. I call it the War Master tournament. He needs to get me on his branding because that's going to be this weekend. And Harry, who's coaching with me in the end of February in Orlando, is going to be competing on this, on a super fight. It's going to be sick. John, what's up? John Fab, one of our assistant coaches, Scientific Wrestling. Wade is the man. He is the man, dude. Literally. Everybody's ripping it. Dude, can I just tell you, I made a post on Instagram. You got to check it out. Everybody, dude, Whether you like it or not, whether you fucking know it or not, scientific wrestling is leading the game. We have been for 20 years, man. First, it was leg locks. Dude, there was a time when that was frowned upon. I remember 2004, I was running the first and only catch wrestling forum on MMA.tv, the underground. Keurig, man, great guy, hooked me up, asked me to do it. And I was in contact with Carlos before he passed. And people would send me these messages, oh, ask Carl, what does he think about the guard? Blah, blah, blah. And I asked him, and they didn't like it. I asked him, Carl, these guys want to know. He goes, if somebody ever gives you their legs like that, you should break them. And if you can't do that, you should quit wrestling. And everybody was like, and ridiculed him and all this awful shit. Totally disrespectful morons, people with zero grappling literacy. And here we are now. Every time you get into a leg lock, there's a high probability chance it's going to turn into a leg lock game. Carl totally nailed it. Same thing with pinning. Now the whole anybody in the Danaher circle now, which is great because he's influential. I just wish he'd give credit where it's due. We've been pushing cradles since the beginning, 2003, 2 decades. They're just coming around. 20 years. You want to wait 20 years? Or do you want to get with the guys that are 20 years ahead? I'm just saying, man, get over to coachingcatch.com. Register. We are in a bunch of places. Stephen just tuned in. Anything going on in California? Oh, well, so we've got, somebody else is asking about California. Nugget trains. Who's showing up to the Black Flag Accelerator? Not sure 100% yet. I know it's going to be me and Sam Crescent for sure, and Gil Alabas. If those who have been around scientific wrestling for a long time know what a badass Sam is. Gil is our newest full coach and affiliate. I don't think he's our newest affiliate, but he's an affiliate gym as well. Guys, I don't know what to tell you, man. I can't reach through the screen and freaking shake you or paintbrush you. Just do it. Stop being a fucking puss, man. I don't know what to tell you guys. Just do it. All right? Do it again if you've already come. Nick Frazau, anything in Jersey? Hell no. We got North Carolina. We got Charlotte. You can get over to Charlotte, not far. I would get to Orlando. I'd get to Orlando, dude. Go rewind this. Watch this again. I'm not going to pitch it again. Okay. I haven't even gotten to the subject matter of today. I'm so excited, dude. So excited. Wade's going to be there. Joe Malenko, dude, I'm just telling you, this is going to be sick. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So today I wanted to talk about what it takes. Today's podcast is really about what it takes to build a sustainable entrepreneurial venture. Okay. Like scientific wrestling. Sure. A lot of it was about my vision and about the amount of massive fucking work that I've done. It's like I said, this is our 20-year anniversary. 2003 is when it started. That's when I incorporated. I had actually been thinking about this for a couple of years prior, but 2003 is when I just was like, fuck it, pulled the trigger and here we go. Okay. So now, in addition to scientific wrestling, the May spell, which is still blowing up, 2007, sustainable, actually 2006. My wife and I's software company, Gatemaster, that's been open for 30 years. In software, that's like dog years. Okay. So what does it take to build a sustainable entrepreneurial venture? Okay. I want to take a deep dive today. I'm only going to be here for about 15, 20 minutes. If you got questions, load them up. I will try to get to them as quickly as I can, but I'm going to get through this material. Right. So the very first thing that I want to deep dive into, I'm going to cover mindset, strategy, tactics. Okay. But I want to talk about mindset. Your mindset, number one, you have to be an optimist. You have to be an optimist. If you're not an optimist, you will not succeed in business. Okay. If you're negative, it will not work. It won't work because here's the secret in life. Good times don't last and bad times don't last. But determined, persistent people who constantly push forward last. And you're only going to last if you have an optimist, if you think you can change the world, if you think you can make $10 million in sales, whatever your target, whatever your goal. Make sense? So, number one is mindset. Now, optimism is just one part of mindset. The other thing is having an idea, having a vision. If you don't have a vision, you don't got nothing, man. Now, that doesn't mean you can't be an entrepreneur. People may not have an idea or have a vision. They can open a franchise, they can affiliate. So, you can do affiliate network marketing. There's a million of things to do to be an entrepreneur. Okay. But you have to be optimistic and you have to have a vision. It doesn't necessarily mean that vision is just yours. Like we have an affiliate program with Scientific Wrestling. You can leverage the 20 years and the incredible curriculum, the incredible innovation, the incredible impact that we've had on this sport. I'm telling you, everybody's following us. Scientificwrestler.com is what you can do if you want to learn about that, how you can get involved. Right now, we got a crazy deal. You can affiliate for $2,400 down and $225 a month. Not a better deal. There's not a better deal on the scene, period. And it's a business in a box. It's not like these other affiliates. In addition to the branding and all that, you get reseller rights to everything we've produced, including all of Wade Chalice's material, Billy Robinson's material. You can sell that and make money like I do. You get a promoter's license. You get 6 months of 10X business coaching with me, the number 2 coach in my first year with Grant out of all of the licensee department. Sick, dude. Sick. Dumb Spiro Amplio says, I would, except I don't know how to wrestle. That's why you go. And the thing is, we take all levels, dude. So we're going to have, since 2006, which is crazy. That's like 17 years of doing this, man. We've had absolute beginners, UFC stars, WWE main eventers, Pride Fighting Championship veterans, every gamut, NCAA, Division I, Division II. This is special what we're doing. Nobody's done what we've done. Everybody's trying to follow us now, okay? And we're still like probably the best kept secret. Be real. We are the best kept secret. So, yeah, man, you should get out to it. But you need to have the proper mindset, which is optimism. You have to have your idea, your concept. But more importantly, and I touched on this briefly, you have to have determination, you have to have resilience, and you've got to have fucking grit. You've got to have grit. You don't have that, you're not going to do it. And this is why so many wrestlers make great entrepreneurs. The determination, the resilience, and the grit. The grind. Because there is a grind if you're going to succeed. Okay? I want to be number 1. That is my goal in anything I do. I was the first person to put out the mace. I've 20 years been the undisputed top resource, training source, source of information and competition material for catch as catch can wrestling and hybrid grappling. My wife and I software company. We're not number 1 right now, but we are on a bullet heading there. We increased revenues 50% last year. My first year with Grant Cardone, I was the number 2 coach. You don't think I got number 1. Why am I saying this? Because that resilience, that grit, that grind, that determination, the stuff that comes from wrestling, say, and applies over to entrepreneurs have the same thing. 50% of all businesses, new businesses, fail in the first 5 years. And by the 10th year, it's like over 90%. You want to be in the top. And that takes grind. That takes hunger. That takes making sure you want it more than the other guy. These are facts, dude. This is all mental. Before you even open up anything, you got to commit to that. Okay? Another thing that is super important as an entrepreneur in terms of what it takes to build a sustainable entrepreneurial venture, you've got to be willing to take risks. You've got to be willing to fail. Sure, I'm telling you all the things that I won. I've lost way more than I've ever won. But the fact is because I'm willing to lose and keep going, I eventually turn the tide. You've got to be prepared for like inevitable setbacks, man. This COVID thing, people wonder why, like, you know, I've got a couple causes that are near and dear to my heart, things that I've advocated for, donated money, lots of money to, because they've touched my life. I think probably my number one cause, my number 3 cause is probably homelessness. I was never homeless, but I've known people that have had this issue. I love it. I love helping people better their lives. But number 2 is cancer. I've been affected by it, dude. Fucking jacked my whole situation up bad. For all my life. I had it when I was 15. It's just been something that fucked me over my whole life. So I give to that. But my number 1 is medical error. I was almost killed because of a medical error by a surgeon on a botched appendectomy, had gangrene poisoning, nearly killed me when I was 10. And so I've been very honestly skeptical of doctors for a long time and really been following something called iatrogenesis or medical malfeasance, medical error, death by doctor, these things. Lockdown, this bullshit, is not just probably the biggest effect of impact that iatrogenesis has had in recent history, killing lots of people, but the effect on business, man. This is what I'm talking about, these inevitable catastrophes. You've got to be able to handle risk taking if you're going to have a sustainable business. I've been an entrepreneur through 3 global economic crises now. I'll be 50 this summer. 3 global, and I've stayed an entrepreneur. Now, granted, man, you got to pivot. You like lockdowns jacked me up. All my businesses were affected massively. I had to go. I had to go and get a job. This is what it means. You have to do whatever it takes. I actually got a job for 6 months. I was a math and science teacher for a prestigious private school for that time. Barely covered my expenses. I got 3 kids. Anyway, you've got to be prepared for inevitable setbacks, okay? And failures that come with starting a business. So that's first, mindset, okay? Next, with regards to building a sustainable entrepreneurial venture, let's talk strategies, okay? Strategies that successful entrepreneurs use to not only build, but to then scale and grow their company, okay? The first and most important thing you can do is you have to create value. Now, the best way I've heard value described is the most bang for your buck. You want to deliver the very best service, product, or combination for the best price. So that doesn't mean being the lowest price. Everything I do, I am not the lowest price. In fact, I try to be the highest. But I try to justify that price by having an irresistible offer that the value that you get for that amount of money, nobody else delivers, whether that be products and or services. You've got to create value. Value is the number one driver for what you're going to be wanting to do in a business. Okay. And if it's going to be sustainable, has to be valuable. Okay. You need to know your market, your clients, your customers, your potential clients. What do they need? What do they want? It's different. What are their pain points? You hear that in sales all the time. What is causing them trouble? What are the challenges that they need help? This is really, truly the job of sales. I think sales a lot of times has gotten a bad rep. I think some people are embarrassed to call themselves a sales professional. I am a sales professional. Amongst other things, I am a pro. I study the living shit out of it, man. Like, I want to know everything about sales that I possibly can. Okay, because that is solving these potential customers and clients' problems. And it's a relationship, man, because the thing is yeah, that first sale is actually the hardest. If you've ever been in sales or an entrepreneur, the first sale to a customer is hard because you need to establish trust. They need to know that you are the man, the expert. And then you have to deliver. And they have to feel good for the amount of money they paid for whatever they bought. But the thing is you need to focus on lifetime customer value. So if you deliver a killer experience, a killer product, a killer service to these people, then they will buy with you again rather than buy with somebody else. Does that make sense? So, value is key. Being an excellent salesperson. This is why I've associated myself with Grant Cardone, why I've worked so hard on this project. Because it is absolutely key. I would say marketing and sales are probably, after actually building a business and having products, the most important thing that you can do strategically. Don't focus on product development. That is the mistake everybody makes. Oh, I've got the best thing. I've got the best thing. Well, guess what? This is a Grantism. Best known beats best every time. So I'm not saying don't be the best. That's great. I focused on that for years. That's why I am number one. But this is the problem. So scientific wrestling is the best, number one, most impactful, most influential, period. But we're not the best known. That is my fault. That's a mistake I've made and I'm rectifying now. Does that make sense? Now, another important strategy when it comes to building a sustainable entrepreneurial venture is another issue that I had to overcome and learn. I'm just being vulnerable with you guys, letting you know my mistakes. You've got to build a strong team. So crucial. Don't get the bad news bears. Don't try to hire somebody because they're cheap. Don't do it, man. Find the best person for the job and figure out what they need in order for them to help you. Because you need a strong team. People who are willing to share your vision and work, execute, deliver to achieve your goals. And you're not going to do that without taking good care of them. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean money, but it usually does. But it doesn't necessarily mean money. Maybe you can give them exposure. Maybe you can give them prestige. Maybe you can give them in-kind trade. Does that make sense? You ever seen this? My kids got this for me. We used to live in your balls. Happy Father's Day. That's what I drink my coffee out of. My kids are awesome, dude. They're hilarious. So is this helping you guys understand what it really takes to build a successful entrepreneurial venture? Okay. Now, Strategy is one thing. Let's talk tactics. Okay. How do you implement these strategies? Dude, we live in an amazing time. I mean, look what I'm doing right now. This is a tactic. Social media, it's free. Right now, your eyeballs and ears are listening to what I'm saying. And yeah, I'm selling to you. I have no problem because I believe in what I'm doing. I believe it does have value. I believe what I am selling to you will improve your life so much more than the money sitting in the fucking bank and you blowing it on Netflix or some other, a pizza joint or whatever you're going to spend your money on. I'll change your fucking life. Massive change, massive improvement. But my tactic is I'm using social media. Now I do all kinds of social media, man, because it's essentially free. Sure, it's not free because this is taking my time. At minimum, I do a bunch of things. The minimum rate I charge for my time on anything is $150 an hour. And I go up to thousands of dollars depending on what I'm doing for somebody. And I'm doing this for free for you right now. You can ask me questions. Same questions that these C-level executives ask me. Same questions that high-level Olympians, Hall of Famers, world record holders ask me. I'm doing that for you. Brian James says, great mug. Thanks, dude. Yeah, my kids picked it up. Totally hilarious. What's up, Scientific Wrestling Canada? I'm assuming that's Marco on there, not Carmen. Man, we got so many people on this feed right now. I appreciate all the eyeballs. Watergun says, LOL at that mug. Yeah, I think you meant mug. Yeah, it's funny. So is this working for you guys? Am I helping you with something? So social media, man, I post pictures. If you guys are on like Scientific Wrestling, man, I'm hammering you. And with No1 Coaching, I'm building that out right now. That's my newest venture. Hammering you. Mr. Heckmun76. Gene LaBelle versus Billy Robinson, who wins? I don't know. They never wrestled. I don't play those. I mean, I'm not meaning to, much respect, but I just don't. I don't speculate on stuff like that. I know that Gene had the utmost respect for both Billy and Carl Gotch. That's all I know. That's all I can tell you. If they meet 10 times and wrestle 10 times, I'd say 7, 8 times go to Billy. He was a beast. But Gene's a beast too. I love Gene LaBelle. Man, guy's a stud. Rest in peace, both gentlemen. So again, a tactic you can use that successful entrepreneurs use to turn their ideas into reality is to use social media channels to reach and engage with potential customers. I don't just do this. Grant Cardone does this. Grant Cardone is a genius at this. I thought I was good. That's why I hooked up with him, because I'm learning on the things he does. Okay. Another tactic that successful entrepreneurs use to turn their ideas into reality is partnerships, man. You got to go find like-minded groups. Maybe they know people, they've got people that want your product that haven't heard of you yet. So you go team up with them, right? I would love to hook up with somebody like huge, like WWE or UFC. I have a completely unique product. It's well developed. I've got minimum viable products. It's all done, proven, tested. I just need more people. Partnerships, organizations. Okay. And then another thing is like another tactic that you can do if you're really serious about having a sustainable entrepreneurial venture is R&D, baby. You've got to continue to innovate. You've got to adapt. You've got to evolve. You've got to stay relevant to what the market wants. So again, I love using Scientific Wrestling as an example. When I started out, people were interested in catch wrestling only because of the unorthodox finishing holds. They weren't used to them. Oh, leg locks. Oh, stockades or sugar holds. Oh, different kinds of wrist locks and all these things, spine locks. They weren't used to it. So we pushed hard on that. But then we started to actually innovate. Guys, we need to push beyond just the submissions. Let's push into pins. Let's push into takedowns. Oh, we don't need that. I know what you need more than you do. I'm an expert. And that's why the whole market, it's taken them 20 years. They've come around to exactly what we've been doing. Does that make sense? So you've got to be able to innovate. You got to stay ahead of the curve. You do. You have to anticipate. And anticipation, it's not psychic. It becomes a part of the ability to see trends and predict things is a function of your level of immersion in the subject matter. For example, when I was very serious, so the mace bell, I saw how that would go. Scientific wrestling, saw how that would go. When I was in politics, I predicted that the Tea Party would be taken over and converted from a libertarian tax protest movement into a conservative war movement, which it did. In 2009, I predicted how governments would use epidemiological and medical systems and licensure to enforce tyranny and reduce population. I did that in 2009. 2011, I wrote a book called Endonomics, which basically is showing how the collapse of the United States would happen, economically speaking. And all of this is coming true because of the amount of exposure that you have to a certain subject matter. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's it for today's topic on building a successful, sustainable entrepreneurial venture. I hope it gave you some insights. Remember, man, it's not easy, but you get the right mindset, you get the right strategies, you get the right tactics, you get the right mentors. Anything is possible. Okay, I appreciate you guys. I'm going to take some questions and then I'm going to get the heck out of here. Again, I'm super duper slammed. Water Gun says, to me, Billy was the most technical by far. Yeah, I mean, I actually I know all these guys personally. And the only other guy that I've met that's as technical as Billy is Wade. And both of them are in the DNA of scientific wrestling. Mr. Heckman 76. I was trained in wrestling, and these two were definitely respected, but Billy definitely had a reputation. Love your page, brother. Blessings. Thank you, sir. Guys, get to these trainings, man. I don't know what to tell you, man. The time is finite. You only have so much time in your life. And then you're old and you can't do shit anymore. Let's go. Sign up. Go to Coach and Catch. If you want to help us in our efforts, go to Scientific Wrestler. It's business in a box. If you want me to help with your company, let's go. No1 Coaching is the way to go. No1 LLC. I might even just drop the coaching because No1, we do a couple of things with No1. I do 10X certified sales training. Again, my first year, I was the number 2 coach out of over 400 licensees for the organization, for Cardone Enterprises, Cardone Training Technologies. Blow up your sales, guys. You need it now more than ever. In these recessions, you need to bang the drum, dude. Let's see who we got. We got Brian James Stevenson. Fingers crossed, see you in Orlando. No fingers crossed, dude. You got to make it happen. I know you're coming from Canada. I appreciate you, dude. It's going to be beautiful weather. Dude, you can escape the bullshit in February. Go down to Orlando. You can take your family to Disney World. And then you're going to be at this insane, I will not be able to bring this confluence of genius, of star power, of all of it again. This is a crazy. I just learned about a lot of this today. So that's why I'm so amped. Brian James Stevenson says, thank you so much. Very inspiring chat. Hugely appreciate it. No1. Ooh, I got a No1. Thanks, buddy. John Fab, dude. Now, John Fab You guys don't know John Fab. If you don't know him, I've known this guy. He and I met at a WWE tryout in New York. And I think this had to be 2001. And we became friends. And everybody had been telling us, we both lived in Denver. And everybody had been like, dude, are you guys related? You guys are like brothers and all this stuff. I was like, I don't even know this guy. And I meet him at this WWE tryout. And we became fast friends. Now, he won like the FX, that TV channel, the Tough Man competition here in Denver. He's a champion for that. Won a bunch of grappling championships. MMA guy. Just retired, have a career in law enforcement. He's in the Air Force. Great human being. Been with me since the beginning. This is what he says. I got to train under Dick Cardinal and Wade, but regret not going to a camp with Billy. Don't miss these camps and have regrets. That is the truth. So John was actually at our very first camp, which I think was in 2006 or 2005. It might have been 2005 when we started the program. Everybody thinks, a lot of people have a misconception that the certified catch wrestler, coaching catch, the accelerator camps, those are all names for the same thing, that they started with Billy. It's not true. We had 2 camps with Dick Cardinal before Billy came on board. And then when Billy passed, Wade came on board. And it's just been tremendous, man. It is truly the greatest wrestling camp for grappling and MMA, and has been since the beginning. But John's been with me forever. And in fact, we helped get, Dave Patrone is an alum and an assistant coach with Scientific Wrestling. He's paid some dues with us, and he came in, and he also trained with Wade as a kid. Went to a couple of Wade's camps, I believe, and did quite well for himself. And now, everybody might know him like through BJJ Fanatics and the Cradles and stuff, but he came up through Scientific Wrestling. I was the one who made the introduction to get him those deals for BJJ Fanatics, because we love to foster innovation. When we see something, we're like, dude, you're on the same page as us, man. We're going to throw everything we can behind you. Okay? That's what Scientific Wrestling is. The best. Number one. Get to these camps. Now, number one, my business that I launched, I've been doing business consulting for since 2011. I've started many ventures. Everybody knows Scientific Wrestling. Everybody knows the Mace Bell, but people don't know the other stuff that I'm more lay low about, because, they're just big companies that aren't relevant to those things, which get a lot more attention. So I started doing consulting and coaching in 2011, and number one is great. So we do a number of things. We go in, we can help companies scale. We help them increase their revenue. We help destroy employee complacency. We help destroy disengagement of your employees if you're a business owner. Absolutely sick. And the next phase of that company is we're moving into real estate. Super duper excited. It's going to be amazing. Carlos, what's up, brother? Carlos out on Facebook. If not Orlando, then I'm definitely going to Charlotte. Leg brace and all. All right, man. Can't wait to see you. Can't wait to see you. Now, you guys that, you're struggling to come to this thing or whatever, I'm telling you, man, if you sign up with the Scientific Wrestler affiliate program, you get tuition for 2 all the way through the coaching program. That means every camp we run, you could come to for free. That means you could come to the camp with me and Harry and Wade and Joe Malenko, and then all the WWE people that are coming in Orlando. You can come to the one where we're going to have Billy Scott in Charlotte. You guys may not know Billy Scott. Go look up Billy Scott, UWFI. He was among that group with like Kazushi Sakuraba and all those proto MMA stars. Billy Robinson called him the greatest American he ever trained. He's going to be in Charlotte. And we've got Wade Chalice, Josh Barnett, Sam Crescent, Jesse, Luis Ojeda, Jesse Merez. Dude, just Gil, all of us, dude, we're going to blow this shit up. Get in. I'm telling you, man, get in. Go do the season pass. I created this year's season pass. If you can't affiliate, which like I said, 2,400 down, 2,495 down, and 225 a month, and you get all the camps. You get Mace Bell certification. You get resale rights to everything we produced. You get promoter rights to King of Catch and Shoe Pro Wrestling. Dude, there's no better deal. 6 months of 10x coaching. But let's say you don't want to do that, which is ridiculous. You totally should, even if you don't own a gym. We have guys that have the affiliate and they make the money and they start doing seminars. They sell the product. Anyway, if you don't want to do that, the season pass is a good option for you. That'll take you all the way to assistant coach. That's 10 camps. It takes 10 camps to get to assistant, 10 camps to get to full coach, assuming you pass. Go to scientificwrestling.com/season pass. All right, man. So let's see here. Water Gun says, is your member section at Scientific Wrestling a contract? Meaning if I go quarterly, can I cancel after each quarter? If I fall, dude, first of all, don't fall under financial hardship, bro. Go out and work, learn how to make money. Sorry, dude. It's like, I train people in that and I train people in wrestling. So I'm a coach. I don't really care for excuses, but yeah, you can sign up. You can sign up monthly, quarterly. I think there's even a year option for you if you sign up. So, and in there, we've got a bunch of the instructionals. You get discounts. I think you get a 20% discount on events. Yeah, it's cool. Tons of articles, tons of stuff. 77 hours of the UWFI. You can go in and watch Billy Scott, Kazushi Sakuraba, Dan Severn, Bad News Allen. Like, sick, dude. It's sick. Brian James Stevenson says, fuck snow, see you there. Awesome, dude. Yeah, man, it's sick. All right, guys, I'm going to jump out of here. We're climbing up on 40 minutes, man. I try to keep these to 15 minutes, but sometimes the Q&A keeps me over, and I was really amped on on all the additions to the Orlando Accelerator Camp. Get in, guys. Get in. All right, I'm out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I will probably be gone next week. I may figure out a way because next week is GrowthCon. Do you guys know about GrowthCon? If you don't know about GrowthCon, DM me. I'll send you a link. I'm just gonna be real. I'll be honest. Me and my wife paid $10,000 each for tickets. It's a week-long business conference. It's the world's biggest business conference. Fantastic for networking with high net worth individuals. We're actually going to be flying in. First time I'm flying in on a private jet. It's going to be sick, dude. So I will be out of pocket probably next week. However, I'm still going to try to podcast. So I won't be in my wonderful set. So I may actually be at the MGM Grand or something when I do the podcast next week. But anyway, dude, if I can help you, let me know. DM me. If you want to go to GrowthCon and you can't go, but you want to do the virtual option, dude, you don't have to pay 10 grand like me and my wife did each. You could pay, I think right now, the virtual option is like $97. You're not going to be there. You're not going to be in the room with all these people, but you can get the information. If you're interested, DM me. I'll send you the link. Maybe you'll see me in the audience. I don't know. Maybe they'll pull me on stage. I don't know. Who knows? I appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.